Things started early and surprise. I had to come live because I wanted to see. I wanted to surprise you. I wanted to really say we're live from the store. Not yet, but I wanted to give you some updates on that. So before I started a little bit early, this is the store behind me. As you can see, it's just a photo. I really wish I was there and bringing this live to you from there, but it's coming. It's coming. Contractors have met. We were inside. We're getting ready to pour the floor. Hello, Sally. Do you like this? I'm coming live from the store for you. I wish, but it won't be long. I met with the contractor. We're just waiting for one last A-OK from the city, of course, the permits. And then we will be coming live from the store, but I had to put the screen up. I was like, I just wanted to tease you a little bit. Now we're actually going to go into our project here in a minute, but I just wanted to say hello from on location. The sign's not down. See, this is when they were putting it up, Sally. It's the only picture I had. I've got to get one uploaded here to StreamYard. And then, yeah, we'll be going live there a lot. I can't wait. Yeah, it's a background. No, did I scare you? I want to be there, but that's how it is. Okay, so we're actually going to switch. I'm going to switch cameras. I know. Say goodbye from the Country Craft Creations store. But it is coming along, and we're planning the end of July, first week in August. So we're getting there, and then we'll have a grand opening, and we'll be definitely live from there. Okay, so let me go ahead and change my camera settings, and we'll go to our project. And I have to get rid of the, oh, there's my hands at the store. Look, I can do this sign. Let me change the background. Oops. There we go. A little more normalcy, right? I know it is. It's pretty cool. All right, move the keyboard. Need plenty of room because we are going to finish up the graduation, and some of you was not sure on the Brads. So that's what we're going to do. And also I want to remind you, an email went out. Check your email, check your spam, check your junk if you did not see an email from Country Craft Creations, because it ends at 10:30 p.m. tonight. There is a 15% off discount code. I can't give you the good discount code on here because I don't remember it. The email was scheduled. It went out, but it's our summer stock up sale. So look at the summer stock up sale in your email, in the header for Country Craft Creations. Let's move on here, crafters, and we're going to create this. It's our closure that you've been waiting for. So if you haven't made one of these, super simple, and it's definitely a great alternative to using your magnets. And we're going to do this, the matting. Inside, we pretty much went through last week. That was, simple, straightforward matting. Then the outside, we're going to decorate the top of our box. And I'm just going to show you how I use the Tim Holtz frames. Some flowers from our stash. And I really did go digging because I don't have any more. I've got a few of these. But I was late tonight and I apologize. I don't need to apologize because it was for a really good cause. I forgot one of the mamas at our church had surgery yesterday. She has 5 little ones. And it was my night to do dinner. And Rick, thank goodness, reminded me we got to make dinner for Shandy and her husband and kids. They would like to eat. So, hi, Pam. That's why I was late. And then I was late. So actually, I need a Band-Aid because got to burn. So you don't want to look at that. Let me just ask hubby to bring a Band-Aid down to the studio. He is home. And so I really love that we've set up a meal train for this family because she's our lead singer at Cowboy Wasatch Cowboy Church, and she's such a beautiful singer and does so much. So it was nice giving back to her. But now it's time to give back to you guys. Okay, I'm gonna open my box just so that I can see. Okay, Lisa, I got to tell you about this secret reveal. I could beat Sally. It's not really my secret reveal. I'll tell you what. I'll show you at the end though, because it's coming out. I hope he doesn't kill me. It's Echo Park is doing this fabulous thing now where they're doing projects each month for the stores to you buy the kits. It's Echo Park or Carter Bella, and then we give you, no, you're not innocent, Sally. We give you the tutorial, which was done by, okay, we've got one by Michelle Allen. I just barely got my supplies, so I'll be posting that tomorrow. Michelle Allen did the one for the end of May, and it was a travel album, and they're just kind of getting things together, so it's a little rough, but oh, she did a fabulous project for that. And then it'll be posted on the website. You can buy the kit, kind of like your G45 kits and things like that. But these are really reasonable, fun to do. Mine is the June. There's 2 of us in June, and some other stores have done some. So it's really nice to be able to do that and give back. But let's start with our project here. So it's we're getting our nails done tomorrow. It's not a it's not a project that I'll be doing a live tutorial for. You'll have to purchase the product, and then you'll be able to buy the kit, and then I'll be able to send the instructions with it. Then you'll get the link to the video. This is not through Country Craft Creations. It's through Carter Bell. So we've created our pocket, and mine is sideways. Yeah, it is that, and I'll show it to you. I'll show you to you. We're going to just measure our pocket. Mine was 7. Measure yours. Yours should be the same. Yours should be 7 by 6.5. And let's use the same paper. Sorry about the noise. I do have a piece that's going to work. And then for the top, I use the bottom of I was all organized till I remembered I had to fix supper for a family. That's okay. That was important. That was very important. So I'm going to use the bottom for this top piece. And it's going to be 6.5 wide because it's the same width as our envelope. And it's 3 3/8. So I'll cut mine 3 1/4 because remember we kind of made a semi-gusset. I backed mine up just a little bit. So I'll cut mine 3 1/4. Hi, Patty. 3 1/4. And I'm going to cut this bottom piece off then, 3 1/4 by 6 3/8. Now you're going to want to do the inside. Yeah, Sally can show it made out of this paper. I'll show it out of the other paper. And the back side, you can use trying to find a scrap because we are down to our scraps. So any of your scraps is going to work. And it doesn't even have to be scraps if you want to cut a new one. So I had this left over, so I'll go ahead and use this. I'm going to cut it 3 1/4. Make sure it fits. So mine fits. Measure yours. 3 1/4 by 6 3/8. I'll cut this 6 3/8 by 6 7/8. And I'm just going to grab the acorn and grab your corner rounder. If you did round your corners, you'll want that. Like I said, mine is sitting sideways so that I can fit it all on here. So you want to also make sure that you are cutting these right corners if it is directional. Hi, Tanya. Hello, hello, everybody. Oh, hi, Patty. It won't be long, 1 week from today. So let's talk about 1 week from today while we're inking our papers. The retreat is happening in Florida. So next week, there will not be any lives. And there won't be. No, we'll be back. There should be. No, I don't have another live, but there'll be lives. There'll be plenty lives from the event. So you'll want to be watching when Sally goes live or I go live. Sally pretty much dominates everything, so none of us can go live. She's afraid that Hallmark might see one of us. So she pretty much takes over the show. But I can't wait to see a lot of you. It'll be the first time I've met Patty in person. Pretty excited there. And goodness, we got a lot of newbies coming to this one. So I'm really excited to meet everyone. And of course, everyone else that we're kind of meeting back up with again. That's always super fun to get caught up with old friends and make new friends. Okay. So, and we're not putting anything down yet. So if you have a paper clip or if you have a clothespin, glue stick on there. Just getting that into the gusset. Bring it down some more. And again, I'll just use a clothespin or if you have a paper clip. Now, this is where I'm going to be putting that swing tab. That was pretty long, but that'll be easier. This will go on last after we put our brads. Any brads will work. These are just glitter. They're the ones from Doodlebug. They're in the store. Then I have these, I can't really remember where. I want to say they were either Tim Holtz Prima. I was going to use them because I couldn't find those. These are bigger. And you really could get by with just using these without a circle because they're so big. And they're pretty nice for wrapping that around. So just go through your stash and see what you have. You might find you have quite a bit of different brads that will work and look awesome with it. But I'm going to go ahead with the smaller one since that's what I used in the original for you. And then we want to punch 2 circles. And again, it doesn't matter what you use. If you want more of a contrast or even something stronger, you can use a solid, which I do like the gold because it is stronger and we're getting more in. You have the red also and the rust that would look good. The reason I like these is because they are so strong. I don't really like to use a punch only because I like a smaller hole, but that's totally your call. And now you can see how that's going to sit. This piece on top here can go in. This piece cannot. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down now. Let's go ahead and remove that. I just wanted it loose so you can see what was happening. And if you are a first timer attending the event, I want to apologize in advance for Sally's behavior. It's something that I've been unable to control for years. So I just want to let you know now because, you know, during the event, I won't have time. So I do apologize in advance. Trust me, she deserves this, and you will see why at the event. Trust me, every one of you will see why. I don't get a minute's peace now unless you're antagonizing poor Jimmy. So that's nothing new. Okay, 6.5, it's totally up to you. Find your center with a ruler or eyeball. Rule of thumb, I just go 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. But you can go however much you want. I'm just going to use my spatula. Find yourself a piece of chipboard, cardboard, or you definitely can punch a hole. I'm just going to use a pokey tool. But the whole thing about this is don't overthink it. Don't worry about it. You're looking forward to Sally? Well, then, you know what? She can room with you. I'll just let her come to your room and she's yours all weekend. All right, right in the center, unless you want to measure, let me move my finger. Just eyeballing it, going to poke it through. And twine. Just using a rust color. I used black on the other one. We have this in tons and tons of colors. I like to put it through the hole. Like I mentioned, there's a lot of different ways to do these. And then back through the hole again on the page. And here comes Homer. Okay, I like mine to be kind of long. I'm going to take this down. You can use score tape. You can use Scotch tape, packing tape. And I'm just going to use my score tape. I'll take the back off when I get there a little closer. Okay. You guys, those braids were sitting right there. Holy moly. You've got to be kidding. Well, so I'll go with those. I'm kind of looking at the comments to see if you guys saw them go flying anywhere. Okay. Not exactly the color I wanted, but they'll be fine. And with the, wait a minute, what did Homer do? Oh, Homer's been in the garbage. See, when I wasn't watching, Sally popped in and stole my brats. So now I'm just going to poke those through the other side, right through the string. I like to wrap mine 3 or 4 times so that I have that space, creates a spacing there. And then I don't do this tight. Okay. Now that's one way where you can have it come over the top. Another way is you want it to come underneath. So I will be taking this out a couple of times just to show you the difference, and I want to use the bigger ones too. So that created the space there. The string's too long. I want to show you the bigger one. Because no, oh, I kind of like the bigger one. So see, it doesn't matter what side you use. Now, if you don't want to wrap it around the brad part and you want to just wrap it around this part, this is where you would put this in like so. And I'm still going to wrap it around 3 times. So the space is now between, I like to call these like washers. Now it's between that washer and there. You know, I thought that was going to be too big, these numbers. They were, like I said, just in my stash. I think we got them to go with last Christmas. Didn't I use these for a countdown? Something. But I think I like those because I'm not happy with the orange color and I've lost my black. So I did go around 3 times. Now I've got a nice space underneath there. And once again, you're just going to close it. Don't push down yet. And there's that. So you can do it either way. This piece, don't want to glue this one down. Now you're going to need to measure. And however far your distance is, that's totally up to you. This is going to be about 2 inches because you don't want it too close. So from that end of the circle to the front top of that one is about 2 inches. Again, now I'm just being gentle because I don't want it to go through the pocket, but I want it to mark the paper. I can see the mark. What are you chewing on? Let me have it. Homer, there's times. Okay. Hi, Faye. So I have a hole there, but now I need to just make my hole bigger on my circle. I'm going to put those together. And I'm going to close that. I'm just going to add a piece of score tape, and I'll add one over the top. Okay, my husband was just down here gathering the garbage, and I asked him to bring a Band-Aid. He forgot my Band-Aid. Okay. Now, I'm not going to push that down yet. It's still pretty loose until I get my wrap there. I can go sideways. Yeah, remember, I'm working sideways here. Looks good. Sometimes I just leave the backing on, or I'll put a piece of packing tape over the top. I'm just going to remove it. It still protects those prongs. Linda, I thought you were on vacation. What are you doing watching TV? I messaged you. Yeah, for a Band-Aid. Yeah, he forgot my Band-Aid. Hi, Heather. We are finishing up the graduation. Remember last year your son was graduating? Yeah, this is this year's graduation. Other end, what? And then decide how many times you want to wrap it. And I'm just going to push it down. Other end. And I'm just going to tie a knot in the bottom. You can also, this is where you can add a charm to the bottom. But I just tie a knot if I'm not going to add a charm. Oh, hi, Chris. Oh, that's okay, Chris. I'm sorry, Heather. You'll have to make another one. Let's cut that end off. There you go. Now, turning it sideways again, I'm going to add another piece of score tape to the prong. And if you are just joining us, remember to go back and check your email. There was an email that went out today. And like I said, I would give you the code, but I don't remember it. Anyway, check your email. There is a discount code for our stock up sale at 15% off. No, it has no year to it. Thank you. He even put it on for me. No year to it. So you can use it anytime you like. Keep it sideways. See, that's going to cover right on top of the brad. Now, the way I showed you in tutorial number 2, how we made this pocket, or did we do that? We made it number 1. Is great because you can make this standalone, make your own envelopes, and then you can actually use these. Okay, it's a little bit bulky here, but now I'm going to push down those prongs a little bit more. tape's going to help grab because you've got that string there. So you just want to be patient with it. I just need to give somebody a measurement for that pocket. Okay, so the pocket's a 6.5 by 7. Their screen went dark, so I had to message it over to her. So that is all there is to this pocket. Hi, Diane. Isn't that simple? Well, let me go like this and up. That's it. That is our pocket. Isn't that cool? And if you're just joining us, there are 2 other tutorials, and they are on, just look in my videos. The sale is today until 10:30 only. Look in my videos of their, you know where these little guys were? Okay, I didn't realize that they were on the magnets. And if you are just joining us, there's a walkthrough, and we close this up. And we also did our pages last week. And you can see how they were all done on the other 2 tutorials. Now we're going to do our cover. On the cover, we've already done the matting. I did use a different pattern for this one. And we're sticking together again. And so we're going to go ahead and mat the front. We already did all the matting. That's on those other two tutorials. And what I used, so let me show you what I used. I used the Tim Holtz frames, and on this one, it's an arch. So your cut apart is square, but what happens is you're going to double mat it if you're going to use the arch. And then when you double mat it, it makes it big enough to sit behind the frame. Because there's only 1 or 2, there was only 1. And I've loved these frames. They are thick. I used them in the All American album. And so most of them have grids. Okay. So I'm going to use this one. This is also one of my favorites. I wish they would sell those ones separate because they're really cool. They're just really nice frames. They're heavy. Super, super heavy. So I will find a cut apart part that I want to use here. Hi, Rhonda. How are you doing? I'm going to use the gold because I want some double and triple matting. And if you have the claw sheet, I did punch the wax seals out. And I'm just going to dump everything so that you don't have to listen to it. Set those aside so I didn't use those. And then I want to show you on this cut apart that you don't have that cut apart because it's, I gotta grab it. It's this 3x4, and I really wanted more of this, but it just didn't fit. So what I did is I used this one, and then I just cut out, I cut out off of the paper the word graduation, and I took my ink to it and I made it darker to match. And that's what I put there. So you wouldn't even know it. But I didn't want Great Adventure on this box. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that out first. And then I also used the globe. It's just gorgeous and it had so much color. And that's what I want to put in the window. See how pretty that's going to look. Oh, looks amazing. And then I'll also show you when we get done how I used it on All American if you didn't see that walkthrough. Oh, no, I did that on YouTube too, so you would have seen it. So let's just cut out the bottom. If you have your 3x4s, go ahead and cut out your 3x4s. Always cut the long out first because you don't want to ruin those. And these do measure almost a true 3 and a true 4. So you can put it right at the 3 and cut. And then do any trimming. That looks good. I don't need to trim that because that little piece isn't going to show on the window. Now I am going to have to trim it, of course, on the sides. So just lay it on there and then check it. And it looks like I need to go 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Oh, how nice that you're getting to sit outside. I know it's been terribly cold where you're at. Double check. Ooh, pretty close. Pretty close. So I'm just going to take 1/8 of an inch off of 2 sides. A long side and a short side. And that should do it. Perfect. And I have some stripes. And I'm going to just cut this down to the black. There's a really thick black border all the way around, so I'm going to cut that away. Now I did a gold and a black matting on this one. So I'm going to take the black cardstock. You should have plenty of scraps. Hi, T. Morris. I'm going to go ahead and cut it at 3 1/8 by 4 1/8. And then I'll cut my gold 3x4. We'll cut 4x3 first. That will go on top. So the black's 3 1/8 by 4 1/8, 3x4. And then I did cut that down to just the border to give that more dimension. I'm going to use score tape on my frame. You could use your glue, but it'll take longer to dry. Ink the edges. And I'm just going to add the score tape on the thick sides. You see how that's super narrow? And if you have 1/8 of an inch, you can pop that down there. Now these make great shakers. I did a shaker on the All-American that I'll show you when we're done. Oh, you're welcome. We need to get stocked up for summer. Lots of projects to do. And, you know, July's around the corner. That's when I really start on the July projects for Christmas. Just like that. Super simple. Okay, let me grab that sheet. And I'm going to go ahead and I want to cut the graduation. And I just basically followed the natural curve that was already there to the outside. I wanted to keep the fancy scroll there in the top. Now this part we won't see. Oh no, that part we do see. It's some of the G you don't see with the flowers. So do round off the edge here. Just kind of follow along so it looks pretty much the same. And if you want great adventure, then you don't have to even worry about doing this. And then I just took some ink. Now it looks like I did cut this one on the original a little bit longer, but this was on the edge, so it's not. I'll just let it blend in with that there. And because this is a little bit darker, I just want to ink it up a little. Then some flowers will cover here. And I'll add something there. What am I using? Oh, for burnishing, this one. Oh, this is $1.99 rubber spatula. I know sometimes I use this one. I do like the cheaper one. The reason is it has a bend to it. And when you bend it, see how it bends? And it just kind of drags. I like that. Okay. So let's grab our album. Let's just do some laying out. The only thing that'll be somewhat different is I don't have any more of the graduation charms. And we won't be making any more of those. It's so awesome. But they were awesome. But oh, you know what? Maybe I cut this one out. Oh, no, that's too big. It wasn't that one. It was this one. Anyway, so, but there are the bookmarks. The bookmarks are really nice too. They have the charm at the top. And then that, you know, this is basically it, what I did. And then I went ahead and I've gone into the stash, like I said, and I pulled out just flowers that were in my drawer. These were the ones that I used, but this is a mixture too. Again, this is just a mixture of old Prima flowers. This is a mixture of some G45, but I do have, these were still in the store, I believe. So we're just going to dump everything out. I'm just going to start. It really does blend in a lot. Again, I just start laying them out. And I also, you know, sometimes I just don't like the way they come packaged. So don't be afraid to squish them and move them. More layers here. They just don't always get them off, you know, off center to each other. And so it looks like just a double thickness. You can also wet these down. You can really play with them, change them, ink them, any of the flowers that are paper. This one's got like 3 layers. Somebody wasn't watching. Anyway, get those things fluffed up and how you like them. Do some overlapping. These are G45. These are the ivory. And I can tell you, they're not going back down the same way. They never do. And then just decide where you want things. And if you want to add some greenery, I always like to put it at the bottom. And I know some crafters like to take a photo of where they're putting things so it goes back the same. And actually, I'm kind of the opposite. I just like to see where it lands. I'm not sure about the greenery because it's not super. I wish it was darker. I'm just going to try and fit the black in. I do like the black, I think. I'm not sure if the flower is correct. No, I don't like the black. Okay, so now after I play with it for a while, everybody has their own way, okay? So I played with it. I kind of got a feel, but now I just glue everything down. Like I said, I know crafters that will get it all put together, take a picture. They'll even lay this down, mark it with a pencil. And I don't do that. This, I'm going to go ahead and use my foam tape. And I'm going to pop it up on foam tape. This frame's a little bit heavy. That's why I'm using 3 strips. These are pretty solid frames, and they're good. Well, they're a little more than 1/8 of an inch thick. Okay. Now it's time for our hot glue and our flowers. This is how this happened. I got hot glue on it. Oh my gosh, and it took my skin right off. Okay, so like I said, these aren't going down the same way. Now this is like these are G45, and this style comes with all of their whatever color you choose. This thing is super hot. These are the Prima flowers. Got some air in there. And let's see. I'll add a little bit because it's a window. So I'm going to add just a hair. I took some of the greenery out. Underneath there a little bit. Now when I put my flowers down, I'll even bend them in half so that, you know, so they're kind of smushed up together. Like so. So they're not just, laying flat. You don't want to just lay it there. And then lay another one here. Kind of smush it up into that other flower. And don't burn yourself. There's another little guy. Trying to decide if we need another one. Yeah, we need another one. Again, I'm just going to smush it in there. And I did use some seam binding, and that's the school color for my granddaughter. It's the blue. So I probably will do it on here because they're twins. So we'll need to do, that's the wrong blue. They're twins, but you know what? We're going to do it different. So like the brown, and then they can't argue over whose is whose. And if you've got a bow maker, you want to grab it. Or your fingers. I can't use my finger. And I wish they'd still make these bow makers because I love these. And, I had some for a while. And now, because they are made in China, well, they're not exactly easy to get. Usually I just use my fingers. First I burnt myself there, then I burnt myself there, and I think it's time I have a sabbatical from the glue gun. It doesn't like me. And any charms you have will look really cute on this. Well, hello, Kara Martin. Are you going to the movies without your mom and dad? We were going to go see Bob Burgers with her, but I'm finishing a project. Told her I can't go see Bob's Burgers. Okay, I've got a problem down here. There we go. It was twisted. Kara, whoever you're asking, Tanya, she's not in our group. I don't know if she'll see you tag her. You know what? I don't usually do this, but I twisted it. I don't like that when it twists. Oh, I just said hi. It said, oh, it says she was? Oh. I don't know. Oh, Kara, I think maybe she's on YouTube. And I'm seeing you in Scrapbookers. I see what you're saying. That's better. Much better. So are you at the movies? You should have taken Scott to see Downton Abbey. I made your father sit through it. I liked it. Okay. So let's get our bow on. Okay, we'll let that dry. And then what I did is I also did a little gluing here. So I'm going to grab my pokey tool just so I don't burn myself on this glue gun. Just want to put a little bit there. I didn't want the ends to be just flat. Okay, now on this one, see, I punched some stars. So I'll punch some stars here. Like I said, I don't have any more charms. So one album will have it and one album won't. And this is a great punch for stars. And you can use dies. If you have a star die, you might even have a graduation cap. That would be cool. And it's things like this, I think, that just really add. See? Oh, maybe we'll do these out of black. Hold on a minute, because I have so much gold. We don't want to punch that or that. I do have a lot of gold going on here. Let's see something. Don't like that as well. There we go. So let's kind of give it a shadow effect. Because I have a gold background here. I hate glue gun strings. Drive me crazy. And then I did have another one up at top. So these are the weddings. So here's what the bookmarks look like. See, they can even be used and stuck into your flower arrangements. And I don't have any. I don't have any in the graduation either. I don't think. I've got everything else. But the charms are they were so pretty. You can even you can have your hubby cut this off with a pair of tin snips. And then you could definitely use that as a charm. But like I said, there are still some of these that are left in the graduation. So they will, you just want to get it in there before you glue things down. This is a wedding one. That's the wedding shoes. And you would put it underneath there with the flowers. So if you want to still have something like that, grab some of the graduation ones, especially now if you've got your discount code that came in the email. So check your email for that. So right now, I will just put mine down and be adding a charm. And for this, I'm just going to use the hot glue because, you know what, it gives it a little dimension too. Yeah, especially when you get it on your book. Because it's extra thick underneath there. No, this is a really cool, because it comes with, you get it with the battery, but this sucker is hot. Like I said, it's not my friend. Pop that in there. And if I could find my heat gun, which I know my husband has, but he won't admit it, I take the heat gun on there and it melts all your little ends of your glue strings. This one has a lot of extra because it's so hot. Oh, you know, another thing you can use in there is just a button. You could also use a button if you don't have charms. I have some of these left from Graphic 45 from a while ago. You can use those. So let's go ahead and cut out a few of these wax seals because it adds that red. And if you want a border, you're going to want to use a little bit bigger of a punch. This circle punch. Let me show you. I've got two. This one is just a tad smaller, but they're well used and well loved. Yeah, to get to them, you're going to have to cut up your paper a little. I always go a little closer on one side just so I can get my punch in there. Then hold your finger. Once you get it, hopefully where you want it. There we go. And I'm going to grab a little bit bigger of a circle. This one. Or you can use dies. Dies are a lot easier to use because you're just going to send it, just put it there. Works so much faster. And then I want these thick ones are nice because they'll go through a lot of thickness. That's too big. I have another one too. I just don't want to find it. Then I'll ink those bumps here in just a minute. And then you can put it right on top of there if you want. But I don't think I like the gold. There's a lot of the light color here. So I think I'm just going to go with the red. Is anybody else working on their covers? Or are you all done? Okay, let's grab those foam pieces. Oh, I could have put it there too. I wasn't thinking. Well, let's punch another one. Oh, you know what? We've got the, here we go. The black one that has the scroll and the cap. That's going to look good because it has the darker background. And I can even take glossy accents to that and make it shiny. There we go. And now the glue. I always glue mine so they're permanent. Black twine. I'm just doubling it and tying a bow to put at the top there to make it look like a charm. Hi, Diane. How are you? Just get a little bit of glue. And since I have these, like I said, they're from Graphic 45. I'm not even sure if Graphic 45 has them anymore. I don't think they do. I really, really, really liked these because they were big. They're really stuck. There we go. Or any enamel dots will work. or buttons. Get your buttons out. Gems, charms, anything that you have. So I'm kind of using these in place. I didn't put them on the original, but corners, you know, the metal corners would look great in this too. These are pretty old. That's why I'm using glue. And I'll clean that up in just a second. Now I'm just getting the glue from around it. The glue is going to dry clear, but I just still like to clean it up. And there we go. That's, except for the inside is not done. There is the two different graduation albums that we've been working on for the last couple of tutorials. And you can find tutorial 1 and 2 in YouTube or on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations. I'll get it all in the guides now. Okay, make my bows nice and fluffy. Now that they're dry. So it doesn't look like it's just, there we go. Separate those layers because we want layers, lots of layers. Okay, I'm going to show you then what I showed the other day. Put these off to the side. We kind of still got a mess here. And on the 23rd of June, I'll start this tutorial. I have to fluff everything, right? Using All American. I'll be doing this tutorial. And I did use a combination of craft in the navy and the red artisan cardstock. And I used an 8x8 paper pack and a 12x12. You're going to have a lot left over, so you're going to be able to do other projects. But this is the All American. Just grab some buttons from your stash. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, I know I'm going to sound like Sally, but I can't stand it. I just love how this collection turned out. And, oh, Tim Holtz frame. That's what that is stuck there. It's from that package of frames. I've used quite a bit of it. You can't go wrong with these. You can get them at Country Craft Creations. You have quite a few here. How many are in here? 10 pieces. So I've used this one. I've used this one. I've used this one. I've used quite a few. And I still have quite a few more I can use. They're really fun. I love using them. I also like I used on the spring one, I used the Simple Stories frame. So frames are really awesome to add that dimensions and the layers. So if you didn't see it with the All American, this is going to be the project we're creating starting on June 23rd. We're going to create our 4th of July or just All American, military, whatever you want to use it for. It's going to be a really fun project. Awesome graphics. It's very old looking. I just have some decorating and a few things to do. Again, the Heartfelt Creations tags. You'll want a paper clip. Then you'll have a fun little spot for pictures. Now this ended up really chunky. I mean, really chunky. And it was because of Tim Holtz. I needed to hot glue this. It was because of those Tim Holtz frames. If I burn myself again, you guys, this time, I'm giving it, there we go, the glue gun. I'm not afraid of a lot of stuff, but I'm scared of this thing. I don't know why it gets so hot. Then we just have our pull down. And right here, just a really nice photo spot. I call it the quilting. It's a quilting piecing of the paper. You can just throw a photo back there. Photos can go in here. Heartfelt creation tag dies again. You can see I used the navy, the red, and the craft artisan cardstock. And fun space for photos. Well, that's a terrible bow. And here's the Tim Holtz frame. So I make it into a shaker with the Statue of Liberty back there. And again, these make the easiest shaker pieces in the world. So it'll be really fun to create. So if you don't have those, you're going to want to get the Tim Holtz frames because they're fabulous. I got tape stuck there. And then just for photos on the back. So that's what we're going to create there. Now I'm going to go ahead and give you that little bit of a sneak peek of what's coming with Echo Park. And I hope I don't get in trouble, but my little butterfly fell off. So that's okay. He's going to stay. Anyway, as I explained, Echo Park has come up with a brand new kit program where actually I'll put the kits on. We put the kits on our websites or in our store, and then also we'll create. But the tutorials, the tutorials aren't just out there. You have to purchase from Country Craft Creations the kit, and then Echo Park has put the instructions together, and there will be a video for you, and you'll follow along. And you may have seen some of them. So this is going to be one for June, and this paper collection is coming out in June. It's their crafting, and I love it. Their colors are gorgeous with this. And I had made a prototype and gave it to Sally. She wasn't, well, she don't listen. It's okay. And she showed you guys. She wasn't supposed to show anybody because I made it for Echo Park. But you guys will be making it here soon too. And it'll all be on the website. Everything you need to know. And you'll buy the kit. And then you'll get the written instructions with it. But it's a fun little project. Again, we have the slider there with all the pretty things that I'm telling you, it knocked me out. Hold on. Hope I'm still there, guys. Am I still there? Okay. I knocked my camera off. Anyway, I really love this crafting paper, and I can't wait to bring it in. It'll be in the store the middle of June, and so will the kit. You'll purchase it, and then you'll be able to create this fun folio. And that's what I'd done her project out of for a graduation album. Isn't that pretty? The colors are so gorgeous. Really happy with this crafting line. It's soft, it's pretty. You can put some old photos in there. Really love it. So that's what we're going to be creating with the crafting collection. Now, when you buy the kit from Country Craft Creations, you don't get it from all the stores. You won't get it. You provide your own cardstock, but you will get the ribbon when you buy it from Country Craft Creation. You get the ribbon and you get this stuff, the twine. So there you go. We are done. And we remember no videos for the next 2 weeks. We'll be at the retreat, but we will be live from the event. And you'll get to see lots of fun going on there. Tutorial starting June 23rd. I'll get a schedule up in Scrapbookers for you so that you guys will know what's going on. And then don't forget to show us who makes the kit. Well, Echo Park, Cartabella does. Different ones. It was my turn to do the tutorial for Echo Park. So I've done the tutorial and I've done the cutting guide. I've done the video. I've done everything. So you buy the kit from Country Craft Creations and then you'll be able to get the written instructions and the video tutorial. Yes, Lisa. So also we'll be what it's very important you start watching the Facebook group for the Believe in the Magic retreat because there's things happening that you're going to need to know. So from today on, make sure you're watching the group on Facebook for the Orlando retreat because there's a lot of updates happening. And yes, many of you I will see you in 1 week. Okay, everybody, thanks for joining me. And again, I'll see some of you next week. We'll be together and it's going to be a crafty party. Good night, everyone.